There's so much interference with this guy.
There is.
I know.
I told you, that's why it's a lot of stop and go.
I know.
Yeah, and trees are not our friend.
No, it's not at all. So I was trying to go really slow, but it keeps it even picked up my shadow.
Yeah, you don't want to know why?
Because it's in front of the building.
It's an absence of light.
Yeah.
So your shadow on the ground, that was, man, you guys are like beat me to the punch tonight before I can explain
Sorry.
things. Holy. No, you're good. I like that, the fact that you guys are figuring things out. I thought that motion light went off by itself, but somebody's standing over there. But yeah, with this guy, we actually caught a pretty good figure last night.
You did?
Yes. So this hasn't been as, we'll say, fruitful as I was hoping for, as when I first got it. But the reason why I have it was that last space that we went to in Washington Park. Somebody brought one of the big ones, and we had a full 8-minute interaction with a ghost, like telling him what to do. He was moving his arms when we told him to, that kind of thing. Yeah, craziness. So I was like, shit, now I got to get one of those.
Oh my God.
So, but yeah, you're on the right track.
Okay.
Nice slow movements.
Yeah.
And you're already seeing like where it's going to pick up trees.
Yeah, I see that. I went over there. Yeah.
Good,
okay.
Good. You're on it.
Thank you. You know that thing's recording the whole time too, you talking.
Yeah, but I can't follow.
Why?
Like I can't understand what it's saying back, you know what I mean?
You just gotta pick up the words.
Well, I just would listen. And when I started asking it, it's just kind of like it's like I can't ask and listen at the same time. What was it? How old when she died?
Mm-hmm.
What year she died?
Yep.
Which was 1799.
How do you know that?
And it was Washington. That was the poem, right? I think.
I'm not sure. I don't even know, to be honest with you. But yeah, just keep on doing that.
How is that? How old were you when you died? What president was the pallbearer at?
Just listen. Only ask one question and just let it go.
So you just asked and you didn't just listen to it?
And I focused on the words. Just focus on what you hear. Close your eyes, that helps. Yeah, do you want to switch? Okay. Yeah, I can. Do you want me here also? I'm an expert. I'm just kidding.
I don't understand how you got so many words last time. I can't
Because
follow any
I
of
know.
Yeah, pull those things apart. They go a little bit further.
Oh, they
I
do?
want to get you guys away from people's cars. People
Oh, yeah.
are really weird about that.
this.
Alright, I'll give you guys another few minutes and I'll
Okay.
pull this all together.
All right.
Turn it up.
No, just. All right. So. Shh. Are you listening? Eliza, how old were you when you died? Eliza, what president was the pallbearer at your funeral?
Memorial Day. Just told her. $20.
I think it was 25th. Did you say 25th? Isn't that when she died? May 25th?
I can't tell while you're talking to me. I heard 20. Listen.
Why does my phone keep...
What?
Why does the thing keep buzzing? I'm not getting any...
So, tours will come through out of that ivy wall. So those of you with cameras trying to get footage, stop talking, you will split the seats. You guys will go to that side, I'll come back here and let them pass through. So just be mindful of those cameras. But again, what we're hoping for here is we're not going to spread out like what we did at the last location. What I'm looking for out of this spot is, like, I'm going to stir some shit up, and then we're going to go to the next location and look for the bleed over from this location along with the history of where we're going. So Grant's like, man, this guy's really out there. I keep seeing his eyes like, oh my God. Like, so again, we may get things while we're here, but a lot of you are going to be focused on me, especially those of you with spirit boxes. Go ahead, question.
Would they come out, shall I turn off my computer?
You don't need to turn it off, just point it right at the ground.
Okay.
We'll all know that they're passing by. V looks like a YouTuber, so great job for giving him that. So, again, and even the outfit, like I would expect the outfit from a YouTube guy, right? So, sorry, man, I'm turning you into a pro. You probably have your own channel, I'm promoting it for you.
Oh, I wish, man. If it was 10 years ago, absolutely.
So, where are we? We're inside Philadelphia Alley. So again, keep in mind, I'm looking for above 7 from you. Out of your Ouija board device, I want the letters R-I. It's just odd that you had the letter I come out of a tap, and I want it in that specific order. It'll make sense here in just a moment. This used to be called Dueler's Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. So, and I say some because you have to remember that dueling was illegal, and they had to find hiding spots to go do it. This was one of those spaces. So, yeah, other tours get very loud, as I'm sure you guys will find out. So, but anyway, every ghost tour that comes down here, which by the way, this is a staple, we all come down here, except for her. She's telling pirate stories, obviously. I'm dressing my part, she can dress hers. I'm a ghost hunter, this is how I dress. But anyway, but we all tell the same story, but I'm going to give it to you a little bit differently because we're ghost hunting. It's not campfire marshmallow time, so you guys need more detail than just what actually happened. Here's how it goes. A doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. There's her first RI, so Rhode Island. Keep that in mind, everybody, because that's going to make a lot more sense later on. He moves down here. His name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. Those of you listening to Spirit Boxes, if the song Brown Eyed Girl shows up here, it's not coincidence. It's part of the doctor's name. It comes up all the time. But anyway, he moves down here because his fiancée, Amanda, not the Amanda we had earlier, too far away. So, see, I knew you were going to go there. Dr. Ladd. And Amanda just inherited a bunch of money from her dead parents. So she has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after Amanda's money. He tells Amanda, get rid of the doctor. He's going to take all your money. So Dr. Ladd moves to Charleston to prove that he's not after Amanda's money. And as he's coming into town, a coachman set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a good start to his stay here. Somebody was walking by. His name is Ralph Isaacs. I'm going to stop on Ralph. Why? He has the same initials as where the doctor came from. So, we were getting the letters RI from the red spirit boxes all the time. That's why I bought the Ouija board device. I wanted to make sure like what we had was legit. And in the past couple of months, since you guys have come to see me, I've actually gotten the letters RI on your device as I'm telling this part of the history. On cue. I can't make it up. So, it doesn't happen every night. But I'm definitely going to take that I as a tap from before. It is definitely weird. But anyway, Ralph tells the doctor, dude, I know this guy. He's going to try to kill you. Come with me. You can go to 59 Church Street. My friends have a place there, and you can rent a room, and you'll be safe and good to go. The doctor took him up on the offer. They became friends. The longer the doctor stays here, the more money he's making. He's proving his point. He's not after Amanda's money. Amanda gets wind that he's making a lot of money. She's coming down so they can get married. Dr. Ladd became known as the Whistling Doctor. Here's what I'm going to tell you about whistling ghosts. Every haunted city you're ever going to visit has a cliched whistling ghost. We all have one. There's actually proof of this one. I'm going to get to it. You can make up your own mind later on. So, Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together. They can't sit next to each other because the doctor makes more money. He gets better seats. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. They're talking about a play on the way home, arguing over the new actress. Dr. Ladd thought the actress was great. Ralph didn't. The argument turns into Ralph insulting the doctor's fiancée back home in Rhode Island. It gets very ugly. They go their separate ways. Ralph has friends around town, as I mentioned earlier. He goes to his friends at the newspaper. He puts an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thinks of Dr. Ladd. Kind of a you're a disgrace to society kind of thing. I know, right? Yeah, it's kind of a jerk move. But anyway, Dr. Ladd saw the ad, rebutted with, let's go to Dueler's Alley. We're going to settle this shit and somebody's going to die. So they came down, they took their 10 paces away from each other, they turned, the doctor pointed his gun in the air, whistling parts of songs from the red spirit boxes. Last night we actually had the word whistle, and somebody else heard whistling sounds before I told them about the whistling doctrine. So it was kind of an odd anomaly before I told them the history. So the other piece is if you're going to try this on your own and go all the way through the alley, again, I can't take you all the way down because I've been kicked out of here. We're going to get to that point. That's what the fun part is. But if you're going to try and use your voice recorders from your phones, keep in mind every local knows the story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street throws a whistle down the alley. I do it every night. So again, especially since I got booted out of here. Let's get into that because that's the fun part, right? So this alley didn't go all the way through this way. So there was a wall halfway between us and Cumberland Street. Why? This is where they kept the livestock for the city of Charleston. It needed to be barricaded off. It was called Cow Alley at the time. This was before Jeweler's Alley. So that means the bricks on that side of the alley are older than the ones we're standing on. Those are sun-dried bricks from slave trade. There's a full handprint from a slave child in one of those bricks down there, along with some fingerprint swipes in others. Very sad piece of history, but I would always take my groups through there so we can all see it. We all need to see how far we've come from slavery. It's a big deal. So, what I didn't know is on November 26th of 2020 that my entire group of 10 was going to huddle around that brick waiting for something to happen when I treat that brick the same way I do a grave. That kid's not there. It's the last place you're going to find it. I'm also doing it because it's outside the kitchen window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I'm trying to be respectful, but I didn't know I was out of bounds. I was still new at the tourism game. The new owner of the mansion came out screaming. My daughter thought it was great because her dad's getting yelled at. And we moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving, 27th. So I don't tour on Thanksgiving. Reason being is because I worked for Walmart for a good part of 20 years. Sorry. Upper management. So you can all see why I don't tour on Thanksgiving. I don't work ever. Got it. But at any rate, I don't have a whole lot of friends in this industry, so I don't want them stealing some of my thunder and the things that we're doing down here. So you're going to see at the last stop, we're going to huddle around so nobody can see what the hell we're doing, because it is definitely weird. But anyway, back to how I got booted out. The new neighbor came out, so we were on November 28th, right, that Black Friday. So I called my partner that I had at the time, and I told him what happened, you know, the day before about the new owner coming out screaming. He's like, dude, you can't go down that far. We're only allowed to go down halfway. That's where the cutoff point is. It's residential on the other side, so you got to go down halfway or reroute the group. So what I told my team that night, because I was booked solid again, was I don't believe in the next story, guys. I've never had anything happen there with all of my equipment that I had at the time, but I'm a vampire guy, not a pirate person. Obviously, we're going to be discussing pirates next. So they were okay with it as far as me winging it, because tickets were much cheaper back then. Again, remember heckler times. But anyway, so before we left this area, somebody actually heard the name Anne on a spirit box. I didn't tell them who we were going to be investigating, the famous female pirate Anne Bonny. So I went, oh shit, maybe something is going to happen. We get over there, and I told them a little bit about pirates that I did know, and somebody else heard the number 300. I didn't know what it meant at the time. I write it down. I researched it the next day. We were there on November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy, November 28th of 1720. The exact 300th anniversary of her pirate trial. So, where we're going, I was kind of pissed, I'll be honest. The reason why is because I have a master's degree in creative writing, bachelor's in English, so you guys get the whole writing thing. I need facts and data. Pirate stories are based off of lore. So trying to piece together a factual investigation based on pirate lore is difficult. Everything we're going to be discussing at the next location is based off a minimum of 2 resources. So kind of take that in mind as we get over there. However, it is a very fun, erotic story, as we're going to get into it, even though this is family friendly. We don't have to be tonight. You guys get my point. But it is also a hit or miss location. We're either going to have a lot going on or nothing going on. Anne Bonny is said to be seen all over town. And I'll explain why we're going to get things from her over there once we get there. But we're also looking for bleed over from this location. So kind of keep that in mind. Before we leave the space, the gate behind me. Remember that the alley didn't go all the way through this way? In the event there was a loser to a duel going on, a dead guy, this was a shortcut to get to the cemetery on the other side of the wall. Otherwise, they carry the dead body all the way down to the end, and you guys can see because there's nobody down there, and they would have to loop around to get over to the cemetery. That's a long hike with dead weight. They made a shortcut. The wrought iron gate wasn't here. That's probably early 1900s if I'm guessing, but you can see the brickwork on the archway is actually part of the original wall. So take that for what it's worth. Not a whole lot of people know why this gate is actually this put here original. So it's kind of a fun little fun fact about Charleston. Anything going on with your devices that I need to know about? Typically, Bob, I know you things for us.
No, except that the word will came up, and the exact second that came up, you said the word will. You said, something I just thought it was
Well,
I forget what you were talking
I'm
about.
looking
but
at that
it
as a
was
name.
Oh,
You'll see
you see.
why here
Oh,
shortly.
oh, okay.
That'll make a whole lot more sense.
Okay.
Mammy.
Mammy.
That's interesting. And you have a word for son of a bitch.
Yeah, we also have views.
So, we're about to be discussing pirates. What's the first pirate you think of? Blackbeard. Interesting.
I kept waiting for this. It would get R, but it kept going RU. It wouldn't go RI.
Anybody else hear anything? Adrian, you got anything?
I mean, I wasn't paying. I was listening to this. I got a bunch of random stuff.
Can I just scroll through it real quick?
Yeah.
See? She's better than me. That's why I gave it to her.
I feel like that second set of trees down there.
What the hell was that?
I guess it was probably bike.
Did you see
So
something?
she does have the word attorney
No, I
on
think
there,
it was
and I will
something
tell
on
you
a
that
bike
Ralph
from the
Isaacs
bottom.
was an attorney. So,
Yeah, I wasn't even listening to what you were saying. I was just listening.
because you've
to
heard it before, and you know
I
that you're going to
know.
have all the audio anyway. So that was pretty smart of you to put both earbuds in and
Yeah.
just take it. So I think that's what it's like. Some people do that, some people don't. So. No, it's actually a courtyard to get to the cemetery.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Do you still have the notes from the last one?
Possibly.
Let me quote a look at those.
Yeah, compare everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I say we go learn about some crazy pirates. For those of you with video cameras, if you want to keep them running, by all means, you can do so. We're going to stay out of the way of the other tours, but we're going to be walking up and around the corner. But again, once we get over there, if you're not running, go ahead and hit that record button, and we'll keep it going. So, your baseline, yeah, it's weird that you got nothing. We normally get a little spike of like 3 to 4.
No, I
You
like
want to go
that.
down there? Can we go down there?
I'll give you a minute.
She feels something down to the second little group of
Come.
trees.
Okay. I'm not going to take you.
I'll follow you
Try
guys.
not to go as a full group.
What the? Oh, someone walking scared the hell out of me because I was looking at this.
But kind of like right, almost where she's at is like where I see something. You got nothing? I think we're all weird.
Looking for black stuff, right?
Yeah. Hi. I got nothing though. You got nothing?
Nope.
Nothing?
Where was it? By the stairs?
No, it was like,
Over here?
yeah. Nothing. I spiked a little bit, nothing. You got nothing on the Ouija?
I mean, this type of letter's off, but nothing that's making any sense.
The only black I'm getting is off the ground.
I'm getting something.
You got a stick?
Yeah.
Oh, up on the wall, yeah.
There's nothing
Look,
there.
oh, it's on the wall.
Okay, that's
Yes, that's kind of like,
where you saw it.
yeah.
Always moving.
Stop.
There's
Stay there.
nothing.
I'm gonna go.
So he's gonna
That's
send
this
that
tree
to
right
all
here. I'm gonna go.
Who is that?
Yeah, there she is.
We got something on the wall.
Sometimes.
Of course, right when we get something good.
Alright, we better go back.
But-
They're just sitting there.
Am I allowed to take a picture with my phone to show him?
Why don't we
Since
tell
you're-
him?
It's
tell him
recording.
that we got something
Here.
on the wall.
That way you can show him that you found
I
something.
mean, I'm not getting it on this.
Hold on. Can you hold that, baby?
That is really creepy.
Take a video.
I
Well,
want
all
to
he
go.
needs
I
is
want
a
to go
picture.
stand over there and see if it'll touch me or something.
Well, it's recording it, so he'll see it on here.
Oh, you're fooling me.
It's having a hard time coming through. Almost looks like a kid.
It's like maybe sitting,
real small.
like sitting on top of the
Yeah,
wall.
he's sitting on that wall there.
All right, I got a video of it.
There is a tree in front of the wall.
Yeah, but it's
That's
not.
the only thing.
But it's not on the tree. It's
Yeah,
off
it's
to
like
the
right
side.
there
And
on
you
the
see,
wall.
see how
Yeah.
it was like it was sitting.
I see it. Oh yeah. All right, that's weird. All right, come on.
Here you go. I got a video of it so you can show it to
All
them.
right.
I couldn't get anything on. I couldn't get anything black on it.
You know that.
Oh, that's my shadow. Carry on.
Now that we found a good job for me, because he wasn't doing so well with the spirit box.
See, I killed it with this one.
I killed it. Can't say killed it when we're on a ghost hunt, right?
No, it's fine. We want that. Just bring them out.
You nailed it. Well, that's not even good either. So,
Especially at church.
like, guys are killing me. You got anything weird coming up on this?
Haley? Is that mean
Nah.
anything? Nah.
Anybody else hear anything?
He got
Was
Vax.
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 VAX. I don't know if they're vaccinated.
It's kind of, they wouldn't be using abbreviations like that. With, I know he was a doctor. I know that's probably where you're going with that. But that's probably just not a term that they would use. Yeah, that's a big difference. Anything coming out of you? What book are you writing over there?
I got the word God and recovering. Tiny.
Tiny, but I told you about a very short name. As far as the religious terms, that's common in this location because we are near St. Philip's Church. So we will get themed terms like that. As you can see, we'll also get aquatic, oceanic terms. So we're going to be discussing pirates. So I hate to say, expect words like water and tide and waves and things like that. But it's pretty common around here, especially on the word list. It's the weirdest thing.
What did you say?
So like watery terms. So like waves, tide, water itself, like things like that. So we're gonna be discussing pirates that sail on the green sand. So you get my point. We're here because we're gonna be discussing that little tiny building behind you. Those are not crosses on the building, by the way. Those are earthquake bolts. If you don't know what earthquake bolts are, they're basically turnbuckles. Those turnbuckles are in case we have another earthquake, you can turn the turnbuckles and it'll tighten the building so it doesn't incur any further damage. It's a great idea, it just doesn't work. So the reason I bring it up is because it's part of the reason why we're here. Those earthquake bolts are the first set that Charleston ever put in because that's the oldest building in South Carolina. It was finished in 1713. And I hear somebody say like this is the third time here. You guys, so what piece of history were they telling you about?
That also.
They told us that those were probably because the priest over at the church felt that there was evil because they hung 89 pirates.
No.
Totally different story than what we heard off.
I think they all got their own.
By
Well,
the
we
way,
didn't call it the cemetery. It was graveyard and cemetery.
those pirates that they told you that were hung weren't hung here. They were actually hung at White Point Square. And the reason for it is so that they could put their bodies along the coast to warn other pirates you don't
No,
hung.
that's what the guy said last night, but the one before that, but then like the guy said the night before that, I told him like, oh, it's 89 pirates here. And then John moved to the house next door and he was watching it hanging from the window.
Wow, there's two misnomers. Let me correct both of those. I already told you about those pirates that were not hung here directly, but the judge that lived next door, that was Nicholas Trott, right? Because that's the Nicholas Trott house. He didn't actually live there. He stayed there for a brief time while his house was being remodeled, which is where Dock Street Theater sits right now. So Dock Street Theater has its own crazy history and it's its own historical marker because of Dock Street Theater and it being the oldest theater in America. So they couldn't call that the Nicholas Trott house. So they figured, oh, well, he Airbnb'd over here. Let's just kind of put him on this spot and see where that goes. That's why that's the Nicholas Trott house. But as far as that goes, he was the first Chief Justice. They should have something about him here in Charleston. So he was the first Chief Justice of the United States. So again, take that for what it's worth.
They hung them right there in the front.
Yeah, bullshit. So
Down by the coast.
yeah, it was down by the coast, so they can warn off all the other pirates.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I don't think that it was 89.
That
Like,
was a different story we got. there was 8 or 9 of them right on the other side of the wall. Right. That they stuck in the mud. Yeah. And left them. Yeah. And they buried them right there in the mud. Face down so they knew where they were going.
It's the building. Tree, maybe? It's the building. It's just the building.
Yeah.
I thought I saw something, but when you walk over, I think it's picking up the points of the
It
roof.
probably is. Remember, it's looking for something with no space. I mean, should you walk over there?
I did, but I think like when you walk over and you go back and forth, it only picks it up at a certain
Yeah, 'cause
angle.
it's looking
So that's why I think
dark
it's.
spots.
But that's why over there, no matter where you pointed, that fucker was sitting on something.
Yeah.
I don't think it was reflected because it was just a wall behind it. There was a wall, the tree was in front, but there's nothing else.
Yeah.
And like it was, like it looked like legs going this way and hanging down.
Right.
But I don't know because this has that too. So.
So as they're being arrested, she looks at her captain in boat, Calico Jack, and says, "I'm so sorry to see you here, but if you would have fought like a man, you wouldn't be hanged like a dog." The word dog shows up here a lot on your spirit boxes. So the judge, he wants to see the two men that fought back so valiantly on their own. Which, by the way, that judge's name was also Nicholas. So there's always 3 nicks that are kind of referencing to this location. My name does show up here a lot, but he wants to see those 2 men after he's tried and hung Calico Jack and the drunk pirates that wouldn't fight. They're dead and gone. Ann and Mary go before the judge, reveal their gender, hoping to save themselves, and he doesn't give a shit that they're female. He's still going to hang them because they're still pirates. We plead our belly with the last name shouting because you cannot hang a pregnant woman in 1720. It's illegal. So he sends them both back to jail, delays the hanging. Dad is still up here in South Carolina with all of his Irish money. He bails her out. She remarries. That's husband number 2, but guy number 4. Because we're going to count Mary. We don't know. She has 4 kids, dies at the age of 84. Very abrupt ending because we don't know much about her after her pirate career. Mary Reed dies a year later, well, a few months later, honestly, in that Jamaican jail from whenever pirates die from in a jail. So most books will tell you that it was something simple like fever. I say let's make it romantic and call it scurvy. Why the hell not? So, a few things I left out of here because you guys all know how to ask questions by now. I left out the name of Ann Bonny's parents. I will tell you that we already have the father's name, which showed up on Bob's list. His name was William. He has the name Will on his list while we were over at Philadelphia Alley. Call it bleed over. Find out the mother's name. I also left out the name of Calico Jack's ship. I also left out the name of the city where Ann Bonny grew up in Ireland. So that's a new question for you guys. You guys didn't know that one from before. And Ann Bonny's hair color. That's an easy one. That's red. So you can ask her hair color. Hopefully we get it. It's usually for people that are struggling with spirit boxes because it's a 1-syllable answer. Or for your device because it's only 3 letters.
Any letters here I'm looking for?
A-B, M-R, Ann Bonny, Mary Reed. Or obviously if you want to ask her a direct question and see if she'll spell it out for you, that would be a big thing too. Let me know if you get the letters S-H-H in that consecutive order. Like somebody shishing you. I want to know what's going on with that. That's something totally different, but we've been getting that more and more as I bring out this device, especially as we get closer to June. Very interesting piece. But we are going to spread out in this location. Other tours will cut through here. Be mindful, you guys get the point, so let's have some fun. I'll be bouncing around with all of you to see what the hell you got going on.
All right.
Finally, your device. 2.5 at this location is only exciting in the back half. It's why it's electrical pole. By the way, Grant, that video I showed you earlier, that wall right there.
Oh shit! I thought you was a ghost. Fucking walking towards me too.
I'm supposed to be listening for?
Uh,
So I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to listen.
So it would be, I guess, her mother's name, Anne Bonny's mother's name of Calico Jack's ship. Am I supposed to tell you those answers?
No.
Just record the words and we'll
I'm
see.
just getting random stuff right now.
It's like, okay, is that all it is?
And it's weird that you're getting EMF fluctuations, but Terry hasn't told me jack shit yet. You got anything going out of yours?
No, but before, I'm guessing it's the rooftops. It looked like
Yeah.
something was here, but that would be the rooftops and
Mhm.
like that bouncing. So
Yep.
yeah, I guess not.
So it's going to pick up the pinpoints of where it
Yeah.
ends.
I don't. The one on the wall over there, it didn't seem like there was anything behind it. It was just flat wall. You can see
Yeah.
all this, right?
Oh yeah.
You can go back and look
Oh yeah.
because that one was really just like this one doesn't look like it does here.
Again, we either get a lot here or nothing. So we've actually
Yeah.
caught people sitting on top of the garbage can before.
On that one,
Yep, on that little tiny garbage can. If you're looking at it straight on, where there's nothing behind it, you can actually, like we've tested it where I walk behind it and the person's still there to make sure it's not like the
yeah.
cement
See,
post.
like over here, if you walk around, it'll disappear. But the one back in the alleyway, like that thing seemed pretty constant, where it just wasn't moving, and you could even see like it looked like there was.
It was
just
like they were moving around a
legs.
little bit.
Well, it looked like it was just legs hanging off the edge.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we caught last night.
That's
Again,
crazy.
and the legs were the only things really moving.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was looking, like I did a lot of freeze frames to make sure the legs weren't picking up like other pinpoints of the things around it. Nothing. It was just floating, free falling. You know what I mean? Like just the feet dangling.
I really hope it's the case here. I mean, maybe there was something that we didn't notice that could have picked it up, but
Well, that's why when I screenshot it and I
Yeah.
brighten it, that way I can see just like this.
yeah.
So, because some of those areas can get pretty dark.
Yeah, see, that's picking up the garbage. We were at my parents before we came here up in New York, and because we slept there overnight to get to the airport, and middle of the night, cat starts going crazy. I'm like, what the hell's going on? All of a sudden, just loud
You're gonna have to
smash.
hold my camera so I can
Go down
after
into the
her.
basement, a huge case of wine off the shelf and on the floor. We're sitting there like, how? Like, I swear to God,
You get this kind of
we-
shit.
that's what I said. I'm like, we gotta start setting cameras because the shit
You
that my
guys-
mother like hears at night and things that she sees, I'm like, we really gotta
Well,
do
New York
this.
is pretty good for that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But this is an app. You guys can download this.
Mhm.
It works best on iPhones.
Yeah, I didn't realize they had an app for this. I thought it was just specific to either the camera or the Connect.
Now, I pay for it because I need the recordings. But if you guys want something for just real time, and I think I paid, because I pay for it for the year. So I think it was like $35 for a year.
I'll pay for it, 100%.
Just so I can get the video
Yeah.
and give it back to you guys. Now,
I would
can I get rid of
definitely
the
do it.
stupid logo and all that? I can, but I'm not going to do all that. That way you guys
I
can
don't
have
need
it.
to.
But yeah, you guys get the full video back. It actually comes up really nice and clear. Because I'll be honest, I hate Apple products. I'm an
Me
Android
too.
guy all the way. It took every ounce in me when that guy said it works best on Apple's LiDAR technology.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it.
I know, I don't really like Apple.
Oh, by
either.
the way, try not to point your camera at Mr. Grant. His camera will pick up your lighting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it'll look like an epileptic light coming through, and I won't be able to watch it. So, yeah, that's the tree picking up.
Yeah.
Who's using that bathroom over there? There's the brave soul.
So she handed this to me. Started walking that way. I didn't hear it.
Did you?
Yeah, it just went. It just spirit and it.
I was telling him I haven't heard any like gospel music at all until we got into this parking lot.
That's not based on time, it's based on to be quite honest with you, I mean, you're in the Bible Belt right now. You should be hearing evangelists, gospel music all night long.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
I've only heard it twice and then I heard Bruno Mars. I was like,
But what was Bruno singing? not heard.
Let me Google it because I don't remember like.
Well, it's what you
song.
heard.
Oh man.
It's
The
okay.
gorilla song. What is that? It happened a while ago. Yeah, it is. Because it was weird to me because
Did we lose Grant? Where'd
No.
Grant go?
locked out of heaven.
I got 663196.
We usually get more if we're gonna have fun. Like that was a big one.
No, I just the two. Dance with somebody and living on a prayer.
Religious terms are pretty common.
Yeah.
All right, so we're not getting a whole lot here. Any EMF coming out of you, Terry?
I got nothing. It's dead.
Okay,
Literally dead.
literally dead. All right, let's pull it over to the wall, guys. Well, Bob's gonna take this. It's okay, you have all my links to show you what it's actually all about. If anything pops up,
Yeah, I was hoping you'd come up. Just some stick figures.
They're in here somewhere.
There's too many trees. Nope. Got nothing.
5.4 on the floor.
What's that?
Is that the tree?
Yeah, it's the tree. Unless it's a giant ass ghost. That's kind of scary. That he was weeds.
So, while everybody's over here trying to capture something, fun little, I guess since we're already on the topic of sexualities and all of those kind of things, the guy who came up with the medicine that works in Viagra is buried here. So they sometimes say he rises to the top.
Well, that would explain the image.
Let's move on.
Maybe that's why he has at the camera.
That's why he's so big, man.
Yeah.
I would check over by the courthouse. Oh, hold on. Maybe that's just from the
Yeah. He
Light.
says it bounces
bouncing.
from one item to the other.
Black and black. Almost identical shoes.
Oh, he has the white.
Seriously. So we got twinsies going. Where's Roger?
Oh, he's over there.
Alright, take them earbuds out of your ears so you guys can listen up. I'm going to give you part of the explanation now and the rest when we go back. I'm going to hand you disposable blindfolds. I don't want your eye boogers. You get to keep them. To be mindful of where your wrappers are, I'll take them from you when we come back. The thing I'll ask of you is don't put any of this gear on until we come back. What's going to happen is when we push you guys under this method, we're going to huddle around you really tight so nobody can see what's going on. It never looks good when I'm blindfolding people in the middle of the park in the middle of the night. So don't put anything on. But when you guys open these up, they're two ply. So when you pull up on the nose piece, it'll look like a full circle, but you're going to rip the thinner part and it'll create two loops that go over your ears. It does not go around your hair. Realize that females don't want to screw up your hair. I made sure we were going to make that happen. I'm also going to hand you two pairs, one pair each of noise canceling headphones. Just play with them. Get used to how they move around and how tight they can be. And please don't put them on until we come back. Again, it looks very weird when I'm blindfolding women in the park. Those will both go to you. So again, everything's been sanitized. What's going to happen is we're going to go literally 10 feet over this way. I'm going to teach them the history of the space for about 5 minutes or so. And we're going to come back and I'll give you some tips and tricks on what's going to happen here. So again, there's certain conditions that need to be kind of met that you guys will need to know. This is very interesting how this works out. So don't listen in, chat with each other, have a good time, get to know each other. We'll be back in 5 minutes. You guys ready for this? All right, we're going to go this way. All right, so I guess first and foremost, we have gotten triple digit EMF in this location. So as we wrap things up and I'm making sure they're okay after the conditions, like after this whole method is done, I'm going to send you and Rodney around with your camera and your EMF to see just a quick lap. You don't need to stay in the same spot if you're getting triple digits. Just get the numbers and bring them back to me, so that way we can kind of see if we can add anything to what's going on. First time I came here, I didn't know what to expect. I brought two older people in here. There was a really cold night. I had a lot of cancellations. So I said, we're going to experiment. After Halloween is usually when I start changing things up a bit. So the person using the spirit box heard the year 1828 and the name Henry on her spirit box. And I had, do you have something going on already? This is where we caught the dude sitting on the monument, by the way.
Oh, okay. No, I got like a.
No, the way the light hits
At
it,
the
it looks
bottom
like a cross.
of that stick there is like a cross that's lit up.
Wow.
It literally looks like a cross lane. It almost looks like a sword.
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
Because
I
the
was
rest of the sidewalk's not like that.
Yeah.
No, and none of the steps are either. It's just right there.
So, very, very interesting. I'm going to continue on as you guys are filming. I was using the word list that Bob's using, so when I have a small group like that, I always like to have that thing running. But I had the name Tim that showed up on mine. Behind me, on the bust, is Henry Timrod, born in 1828. Well, hot damn, there's my ghost. So, heard this story before, but I didn't know much about it. So I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of his life, and we're going to go see what we can get out of that. Being born in 1828, you first need to know that Henry Timrod was sick through most of his life. Please drop your camera for me, B. Got somebody coming up behind me. We'll figure it out. Christmas Eve, and he died 9 months later. Yeah, very sad story. So, he's still sad. A few more years go by, and he's still mourning. His comrade from college days realized he's not publishing as much as he's supposed to, so he says, come out to my cottage out here in Columbia. The whole place is empty. It's yours. You can finish writing what you're supposed to be working on and leave your wife, Katie, at home, so that way she can mourn with her parents and get yourself back to work. He goes out there, and that's where he writes his last words. His last words were, beholder of brief mortality. Basically translates to, in modern English, to person of short life. And then he coughed, and it landed on the page in a blood stain. That he had tuberculosis, in case you haven't caught on to that. And then he dies, right there on the page. But the blood stain remains there, and it looks like a man writing on his desk. So, I'm going to show you what this blood stain looks like, because they only show this book one day a year on Halloween at the Charleston Library Society, and I'm guessing you guys are going to be here on Halloween to go see it. I think you have to be a member to see it anyway. So, I'm going to show you the blood stain, and then we're going to go see what we can get out of Mr. Henry over there. I will also tell you, I've been getting more and more clues about Dr. Ladd here. The reason being is because his house.
Diplomatic.
Kira, that's weird.
It is. It's a little modern of a name, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So Cody, when we get over there, I definitely want you to keep an eye on your device. Get that sensitivity cranked all the way up. We will keep in mind with when I'm asking them questions, sometimes it shows up on other communication devices. So the only two we're using are yours and Bob's. So the answers can go to your devices because those are the only other two communication devices that we have. So let's go over there and give them a few tips and tricks. The entire time. Yours is actually going to make the best footage for them because it doesn't have like the crazy colors and there's no stick people in them.
Okay.
So you'll have the best footage. So try to keep your camera on them the entire time. V and Rodney, by all means, film whatever you want to. They're going to want to see this footage, mainly because it's nice and clear. But again, definitely get us a little bit of footage. Other tours will come through here, so just be mindful of that. And this is a very popular park, and there's neighbors nearby, so we cannot be too loud either. So that'll be their first warning is you can whisper. So let's head over to this. I forgot to give a warning. This is a non-smoking park. So I'm not to tell you guys that because we have a lot of smokers in here. So they will turn us in. I know, lots of rules around Charleston. Did you guys figure out your blindfolds?
Oh no, we were talking. Sorry.
You're supposed to be working.
Yeah, I see the ear part.
No, don't do the ear thing. The nose, please.
Oh, the nose. Obviously, it wasn't possible.
It's a word. It creates two.
That's interesting.
It is interesting. That might be relative to what was found on the camera. So,
Well, I don't even have my glasses on. I can't see.
you should break everything.
There you go. Okay, you have sharper nails.
They're besties now, just so you guys know. Leave them alone for 5 minutes.
I feel left out. Thanks, lady.
Sorry.
So it splits. Split in.
Yeah, just
Okay,
right
I got you.
All right, so don't put anything on yet. Got to have a few tips and tricks here.
Okay.
So first thing you need to know is we can hear you. Please whisper. Most people, when they get those noise canceling headphones on, they want to shout because they want to hear themselves. You're going to tell us, but again, whisper, please. That's a big deal. If you are being too loud, a family member, whoever you brought with you, is going to tap you on the shoulder, and that means just tone it down a bit. When we go to tap you out, meaning after 10 minutes, you're going to get a tap on the knee. So it's going to be quick. So just expect a tap on the knee. You take everything off, and we'll talk for a few minutes and kind of tell you what's going on. But if you're too loud, tap on the shoulder. So just slide it down. I'm going to be watching your breathing. So where's family members for these folks? So I need you to just be kind of relatively close in case you need help. But I'll keep an eye on your guys' breathing to make sure you're not hyperventilating. This can, like I said, can get a little anxiety, like anxious. So if that happens and I feel like you need to be pulled out, you're going to be tapped on the knee. So expect that.
You could move the camera.
You can also answer yes/no questions. You don't know what I'm going to be asking. If you hear yes/no, tell us that you heard yes/no. Again, you don't know what I'm going to be asking because you're going to have a spirit box in both ears with noise-canceling headphones. The whole point of this is that you're not going to know anything. So it's okay to answer me yes/no questions. Again, you don't even know if I'm asking you a question at that point in time. A family member is also going to control the volume of your spirit box to make sure you're not cheating. Some people have tried this and have tried cheating by turning down the volume to hear what I'm asking. And then I start asking, like, what color's a duck? And stupid questions to see how, if they're actually cheating. And I caught them in real time. And she's like, yeah, that sounds really dumb, but it's happening.
Yep.
I'm only going to keep you under for 10 minutes. So kind of keep that in mind. It's not going to feel like 10 minutes to you. It's going to feel like a much quicker time. What else? I think that about covers it. Remember to talk. Tell us what you're hearing in real time. Some people put the blindfold and noise-canceling headphones on, and then we don't hear from them for 30 seconds until a family member says, tell us what you're hearing. So just remember, you have to tell us what's going on. All right, so we're all going to be huddled in pretty close. It looks like Rodney's finishing up this smoke, I'm guessing. So once we get in, I will huddle us in really, really tight so other tourists can't see what's going on. So blindfolds first, then earbuds. Tell us something specific about you.
Barbershop.
Telling me I need a haircut? Maybe Rodney. Rodney needs a haircut.
I just have one.
Henry Timrod, we're running out of time.
I
What?
think that will help you.
You don't think it'll help me? Okay. What is going to help me?
Translate.
Translate what? The last line of your blood book? Alright, Henry, I'm going to call it. You've given us nothing specific tonight, but we'll see what I find in this technology when I go through it.